is Emile Ledoux, Director of Volunteer Services at Baton Rouge General. Here at Baton Rouge General, we have a variety of career options that go beyond being a nurse or a doctor. We are excited for you to learn more about the career pathways in the healthcare industry.
Hi, my name is Angelica Hall, and I am the manager of Central Supply here at the Baton Rouge General, and I've been with the organization about 14 years, but I did start my career off as a respiratory therapist. A respiratory therapist is not a nurse. I do like to tell people that because they definitely think we're nurses. We are not. We do go to school for a totally different degree, and we basically take care of patients that have any type of lung or heart issues because both of those work really close together. They're right there in your chest and they're right side by side together by each other. So they work hand in hand and on keeping us alive and healthy. So we're here to make sure that you are breathing well, breathing to the best of your ability. So we definitely give breathing treatments a good majority of our day. But we also, like I said, take care of the little babies that were born a little too early and need a little bit of extra help breathing on their own. We take care of patients in the ICU that may have had an accident or may have gone to surgery and they're not quite breathing on their own just yet, but they definitely need our help. So there are all kind of machines that we can hook up to them, and you might have seen some people with little things around their face on TV. So any type of like mask or anything that might go in your nose to give you a little bit of extra oxygen, we're your people. We're here to help you breathe and help you, feel better. I definitely enjoyed the patient interaction. It was a great career choice for me. I got to hang out with my patients and really get a chance to talk to people and get to know them. It doesn't always have to be working at the bedside or working directly with patients, but just know that whatever you do in a hospital will definitely affect the community you're involved in.
Hi, my name is Carl Judson. I am the Outpatient Surgery Center Manager for Baton Rouge General. I graduated from Southern University back in 2009, but I started my nurse intern job here in the burn unit back then, and that really sparked my career as a nurse. I am very passionate about nursing. I've always had a passion about taking care of people and helping others. I enjoy doing what I do every day, taking care of our patients, but also helping others. It's a big part of what I do. You may not know what you want to do right now in your life, but start thinking about the things that make you happy every day. If you do the things you love, you never work a day in your life. Life isn't always going to be easy and you don't always get everything you want. But honestly, if you're happy about doing what you're doing and you find that love and that passion, it makes life so much better.
Hi, how y'all doing? My name is Kyoka Tyler. I'm a registered nurse here at Baton Rouge General. I graduated at Baton Rouge General School of Nursing for my diploma and also at McNeese University for my bachelor's in nursing. During my clinical experience, I took care of a patient who had ALS, and throughout that experience, I realized that nursing was something that I was passionate about, something that I enjoyed doing. I love what I do so much, I never feel like I'm working. I always just feel like the patients are family to me. Some advice that I can give to nursing students: your journey is never going to be what you expect it to be. You will have some bumps in the road, but you have to keep pushing if it's something that you really want to do and you're passionate about.
I'm Sarah Neal, and I've been a nurse here at the Baton Rouge General since 2009. So I grew up with a family of nurses. I became a unit clerk and a PCA here at the Baton Rouge General because I grew up here and I felt comfortable here. And I decided that I was no longer interested in being a physician, but I wanted to pursue a degree in nursing. I would recommend anyone to come be a nurse here at the Baton Rouge General and just to pursue it as a degree choice, because you have the opportunity to touch people in a way that you wouldn't otherwise have. Every day that somebody walks in, they're vulnerable, they're scared, and just to have that opportunity to really be there and care for them, it's really an awesome experience.
My name is Brianna Crockett. I have been here for almost 8 years at Baton Rouge General, and I am a OR coordinator and scheduler for the Center for Health. I've always knew I wanted to work as a unit clerk at a hospital, but I just didn't see the position open. So I started off in the cafeteria, putting in an application as a cashier, and I worked my way up from there. So the unit clerk basically takes care of the floor, from scheduling, answering the phones. We put charts together for the patients. We're the right-hand man of the charge nurse. I basically help and make sure the floor in the operating room is flowing very well. I keep up with the schedules, contact doctors in regards to their surgeries. I reach out to offices to make sure all of the paperwork is done. I also help the manager at any task that they have for me. Always keep the faith. No job is too small for you to start at. You can always work your way up. Keep your head up. Keep a smile on your face and just work hard.
My name's Corey St. Pay. I'm Director of Acute Care and Oncology Services at Baton Rouge General. I initially went to college for pharmacy, and it's okay to switch your decision in college. You want to be certain you enjoy what you do in your life. Patients come to the hospital because they're very sick, so they're overwhelmed, and it's our job to give them the care they need, plus give them some hope, confidence in your ability, and get them better, to get them to go home and complete their normal life. That's our goal. We want them to get back home and just live a healthy, happy life. You really have to have that desire to help people. It's a great career. You can make a good living and support your family and help people at the same time.
I am the employee relations manager, so I make sure that I serve as an advocate for our employees, that they have someone who they can bring issues or concerns or thoughts, ideas, suggestions to. Personally, I've always been a people person, always been someone who's able to connect with any and everybody, no matter what demographic or anything of that sort. But then also too, I've always felt that the most important asset to an organization is its people. Human resources, I would say, it's really looking and assessing what I would say life cycle of an employee within an organization. So one, how do they get into the company and the organization that they're working for? So that's the recruiting side of things, interviewing, giving offers. Also two, once we get them through that portion of being in the door, how do we care for them as an employee?
How you doing? My name is Ronnie Anderson. I am technical supervisor here at Baton Rouge General Medical Center. I've been employed as a laboratory scientist for 13 years. So as a laboratory scientist here at Baton Rouge General Medical Center, we practice laboratory medicine. Here we are running all kinds of tests, trying to help our doctors diagnose what is wrong with our patients. In the laboratory, we are doing tests on blood, urine, body fluids. We also receive body parts. We are also in charge of the morgue to make sure that bodies that are coming into the morgue and those bodies that come out of the morgue, we are making sure that they're logged in, that they go to the proper funeral home. I would say education is important. That's why you see a lot of people always pushing get an education, because you need knowledge. It is the knowledge that will get you here and will make you proficient and competent in what you do here. So I would say keep going. Congratulations to all you that want to come into the healthcare field. This is a very interesting field. There always will be jobs, and if you get that degree here, you can go anywhere in the world.
My name is Lionel Anderson. I work here at Baton Rouge General Mid-City, and I'm in the craftsman of multiple crafts here at the Baton Rouge General Hospital. And I work in the facilities where we maintain the hospital facility. I do sheetrock finishing, ceramic tiles, stucco, painting, and even carpentry. We have various numbers of trades here at the hospital. Electrician have the electrical work. We have carpenters here. We have plumbers. We have ballers, technicians. We have technicians that fix all types of machinery here at the hospital. And we work in and out of the hospital as well. And so I've enjoyed it. It's what has inspired me about doing the trade. I always wanted to see something made new. And so when you take the joy in doing the trades, you can look back at your work and say, well, wow, I made that happen. It has been a very lucrative experience for me in my career. I would inspire anyone, if they're not in a trade, to try to learn a trade. They're needed here and everywhere throughout our country, and so you can earn a decent living, and I can tell you that it's been well for me.
Hi, my name is Crystal Armand, and I am a clinical laboratory scientist here at Baton Rouge General. I'm a technical supervisor here at the General at Mid-City location. I always liked dissecting things. I always liked looking in microscopes. So when I finished high school and I went to college, I thought, oh, I'll go into vet school because I love animals. Well, my mother decides, hey, I found this really cool job called a clinical laboratory scientist, and you could go to school here in town at the hospital, and it takes a 4-year degree. So I was on it, and I started the program, got my degree, and started working at the hospital here in Baton Rouge. And then I decided this is really interesting. I want to go a little further. Really enjoyed the other fields. Like there's pathologists, there's supervisory jobs. You can go in any kind of department you want to, but I really enjoyed the chemistry aspect of it. The best part about being a generalist, is what I am, is that you get to see blood from every aspect of the patient: urine, blood, urinalysis, hematology, chemistry. You do some blood banking, you do some micro, you do a little bit of everything. Without the lab, the doctors won't know how the patients are feeling, how they're doing, if they're sick or if they're not sick, if they're normal, if they have cancer, or if they don't have cancer, or if their cancer has gone into remission. That's what lab technologists do. They take care of the patients in an indirect way in the background, but their job is just as important as a nurse or a doctor, because our job gets the results to the physician so they can help accurately diagnose those patients.
My name is John Selvage. Of course, I'm a junior. I've been at the Baton Rouge Journal for 43 years now. I started at Baton Rouge Journal right after high school. They hired me and trained me as a surgery tech. And I worked as a surgery tech for a couple of years. In the meantime, I had to figure out what I really wanted to do. And it was either radiology tech or a IT, and I really, truly wanted to move into, at the time, computer science, information technology. And so what I did, I enrolled in the technical college, and I enrolled in the School of Radiology. But thankfully, the technical college called me first, because that's really what I wanted to do. Desktop support, I believe, is very important to this company, because we make sure that the computers, the printers, the carts, and all the other devices that connect to the network, connected and working properly. If those are not working properly, that can hinder them getting their medicine to their patients. So we have to make sure that they're always working. We have to make sure they're working properly. For those young people that pursuing careers, explore what you want to do and work toward that. Don't let anyone discourage you. But the one thing you need to bring to the table, you need to bring good work ethics. That's something that I believe comes from within. And you need to always be willing to do the best you can.
My name is Lakeisha Bell. I'm the clinical coordinator for the Baton Rouge General School of Radiology. I've been at Baton Rouge General as an educator since 2017. I started out as a entry-level clinical instructor, then I worked my way up to senior level clinical instructor. Then I eventually became clinical coordinator around a year and a half ago. As a child, I always like to play teacher. I always like to provide instruction. I always like to create like little worksheets. And so I initially thought that I wanted to be a teacher, and I would tell my parents and tell my grandparents, like, I want to be a teacher. I applied for radiology school and I got in, and I loved it. I never looked back. I loved it. I loved the imaging aspects. I loved all of the different patient care things that we could do. I had no idea I wanted to be an educator. I had no idea that would even be a possibility for me. I love being an educator and I love imaging, and so I feel like it's kind of full circle because I can do what I always wanted to do and still be an imaging technologist. A career in the medical field is very rewarding, is very beneficial, especially allied healthcare. You don't necessarily have to be a doctor or a nurse to help in healthcare.
Hi, I'm Sherry Doré. I am the laboratory director over all 4 of our laboratories. I'm fixing to be 5. We're fixing to open up a new lab. I started kind of thinking about maybe being a nurse, going into that career path. Actually started school for that and decided that that wasn't going to be for me. I wanted to do something to still really help our patients, but be maybe more behind the scenes. So I decided that I wanted to be a medical technologist, where you actually are running tests on patients. So things that your doctor may order on you, blood work, urine, different specimens like that. We test all of that. If you go into the medical field, you will always have a job. It's a great career path to have, and there's so many different things that you can do. I would say the most rewarding part of my job is helping people. I love to help people, not just our patients, but also our staff.
As you see, we have a variety of career options here at Baton Rouge General. For a closer look, please visit our website at brgeneral.org. And if you're in high school, you have the opportunity to apply and volunteer in our volunteer services department.